Being a fan of anime, it's really hard for me not to know who Sean Kleckner is. For one, he is the CEO of my favorite anime merch site, Rightstuf. Secondly, he looks good in a penguin outfit.
Waddle, 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 yeah. Waddle, 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 yeah.
And lastly, he really likes Captain Tylor.
If you haven't seen the show, let me first express my severe disappointment.
For this reason, he has made it his personal goal to re-release this entire series in glorious Blu-ray, and in effect has assured that I myself would have to watch it, because he sent me a review copy, and so I have to watch it. And so now, after 30 years, it is time for me to finally review The Irresponsible Captain Tylor. So with that said, join me as we jump back to the early 1990s and review this series. Does it still hold up? It's a really old series. We're talking 30 years here. Let's jump into it. The Irresponsible Captain Tylor opens up following Justy Ueki Tylor. He's down on his luck, and after seeing an advertisement to join the United Planet Space Force, he decides to go to his local recruitment office and join. Now you ask yourself, why would Tylor join the military? Does he have a driving force to protect his people? No, in his words, he's just looking for an easy life.
Well, think about it. When you join the military, all your food is free! Your uniform and daily necessities are all free!
And he feels that joining the military will ensure him a relaxing life. Well, after acing the exam by essentially flirting with the AI system that's questionnaring him...
Oh, playing rough, huh? All right, it's my turn.
And also saving an honored veteran from a hostage situation, Justy Ueki Tylor finds himself assigned as the captain of his own ship. Which sounds great, right? Well, it's good for him, but not so much his crew. As yes, Justy Ueki Tylor is not a great captain. He has zero experience in the military, and everything kind of seems to be rounding around the fact that Tylor is either a genius or just extremely lucky. But Tylor's new peaceful life as being captain of this spaceship doesn't really last very long, as he ends up finding that behind the scenes, a war is brewing. After the leader of the Holy Railgun Empire, this alien force that is currently on the other side of the universe, loses its leader to an unknown accident, the Railgun Empire puts blame upon the Space Force and decides to attack. A galactic war that Tylor himself will kind of get wrapped up in. So while his crew is puzzled why he is the captain of the ship, every encounter with the Railgun Empire seems to always amount to Tylor's dumb luck, or again, his genius.
It's true. Even I wasn't able to guess there was a bomb inside that box.
What? There was a bomb in that box?
Huh?
Oh, there was a bomb in the box. I didn't realize that.
Captain!
Getting them through every single situation at the skin of their teeth. All the while, it seems like his own generals want to see him dead. As we find out, the ship that Captain is currently heading is kind of like a waste bin for all the rejects that the military itself doesn't want to get rid of. And that becomes very obvious very quickly as we have wars breaking out within the ship, mutiny, coup de grace happening all the time as everybody seems to be butting heads in the ship. The pilots against the grunts. Even his own second in command himself is desiring to take the captain's head away from Tylor. But all the while, it seems like peace is kept on a regular basis just because everybody just kind of assumes that Tylor is a genius, despite the fact from our perspective, it doesn't seem like he's that smart. He's like the guy that has 99 luck, but his intelligence is 0. And that becomes the crux of what makes the Irresponsible Captain Tylor so intriguing and so entertaining.
Surrender. Good idea.
Captain!
Which gets me to my thoughts on the Irresponsible Captain Tylor. I, surprisingly enough, really enjoyed this series. And why I say surprisingly is because this is an early 90s anime. And a lot of anime that are in the 90s and 80s are usually typically kind of bygones of their era. The pacing, the feel of the comedy, everything really does feel like it's just lost back there. It doesn't really amount to much these days. Most titles just don't really stand the test of time. And I think Irresponsible Captain Tylor is one of those few series that just really does stand the test of time. Now, granted, there's an episode here or there that are just a little bit of a lull. For the most part, I found myself extremely entertained on a regular basis just based on the idea that Tylor is a dork.
Release him, Wang. That's enough. Paco Paco, come.
Ow! He kicked me!
And again, you kind of question, is he a genius or is he just, as the title leads you to believe, extremely irresponsible? It seems like every encounter they have with enemies has always led to Tylor going, we'll just give up. It's never like, maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe you should actually fight back. It's never really the case that things flow the way you would think an actual leader would have things go. He's almost relatable in the idea that he doesn't really see things the way that you would normally see things in a military situation. The person that realizes very quickly, things aren't going to end well here, so we might as well just give up. And despite that, how it always resolves in some weird way is always a huge laugh for me. Tylor is a really, really likable character, and you really do kind of root for him, despite the fact that it seems like everybody around him just kind of wants him dead. And while all the skits and all the comedy kind of revolves around Tylor, it is supported by a pretty solid cast here. Now, while not all of them seem to have some sort of deep thing going with them, they each kind of get their moment to shine. Whether it's Yuriko Star, who kind of makes it her goal early on to essentially correct and prove wrong to the leadership that these are people that shouldn't be discarded.
The fact that I can sail on the same ship with you truly makes me the happiest man in space.
Yamamoto, who is the second in command, who at first really wants to get rid of Tylor, but slowly over time realizes that, again, maybe to his fault, that Tylor's a genius. The drunk doctor, the headstrong military group inside the ship. There's so many great characters here. And additionally, getting into the other side, getting into the Railgun Empire, the new leadership, Azalin Goza, who is essentially the daughter of the leader who was killed. She's young, she's very naive, and she doesn't really understand the weight of the leadership that was essentially dumped upon her. There is an aspect of war versus peace and this idea of the two sides coming together through Captain Tylor and Azalin that I thought was really good.
Dome, you must tell the others. I'm going back with Paco Paco. I'm going back to his ship. That's an order!
Now, sadly, I felt like I wanted more of the Azalin and Tylor's kind of shenanigans together, the Paco Paco. I really missed that, the moment that kind of gets away from it. But still, in the end, I think a lot of the focus of the story is really around Tylor and his ability to really kind of diffuse situations in a very, irresponsible way. Additionally, because this is an early 90s anime, this show looks really good. My hat's off to the team who really kind of brought this to HD. This was back in the day when animation itself was just booming and a lot of effort was put into a lot of the stuff. Hand-drawn animation that just looks really incredible. And I think it being brought into HD really does amplify and give you a lot of appreciation for the work that was really put into this. So yes, in the end, Sean Kleckner, you created another fan of the irresponsible Captain Tylor.
By the end of the series, I will be curious to see what you think. Unless you don't like the show, in which case we simply just can't be friends.
Honestly, getting into this series, I really wasn't expecting much. I figured, okay, this is a nostalgia glasses thing for Sean Kleckner. Maybe I'll give it a shot. I jumped into it and I was extremely pleased with what I got. This is a series that I commend them for bringing back. This is a series that should not be lost in time. A series that many people in the current age of anime really should check out. And it's a series that I will definitely be looking forward to rewatching in the future. But that's it. That's my thoughts on the Irresponsible Captain Tylor. I definitely suggest you guys checking it out. Again, this was a review copy that was sent to me by Rightstuf and Nozomi Entertainment. I definitely appreciate them sending it over so they can check it out and let you guys know about it. If you guys have checked the series or plan on checking out the series, definitely let me know down in the comments down below. Definitely appreciate everybody that has checked out this video. If you like this video, definitely hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and y'all take care. And don't forget, on the battlefield, there's nothing more important than luck.